Hey everybody, Jim from Tech 11. So we are in the BIOS of Sabertooth X58. You can see it at the top there. It's a Core i7-970, so first gen. And I'm just going to show you the overclock settings here, and then we'll go into Windows and show you a strange anomaly. So yeah, this is my little small monitor that's on my desktop. I have multiple monitors, but everything came up on this one. So you're kind of looking down at an angled screen. So I know that's a little bit difficult. So I have it set up. You can set it up multiple ways. I have it set up as manual, which is the way you want to do it. Although there are presets here. If you use the overclock level up and some other stuff, which I don't use. So we've got our CPU ratio set at 21. And it does go up to, I believe it's 25. Yeah. So we've got it set at 21. Speed step disabled. Our base clock, our B clock, or our front side bus clock is set at 200 megahertz. I was at 160. It was perfectly stable at 3.8 gigahertz. So it's got a base clock of 3.2 gigahertz. So we set the base clock frequency at 200. And if you were to add, you could see that the U clock goes up, and so does our memory go up as we raise it. So we set it at 200. Our PCI Express frequency at 100 is what it should be. And our DRAM frequency here, we could change this, but that's the jump. It won't boot it there, so I have to leave it at 1603. And our U clock frequency, which we can also change if we wanted to. Just going to leave it there. I've had this on auto, although you can change it, but I'm going to leave it on auto. Timing control, I'll go back there. Oh, sorry, that's our voltage, 1.325. I want to see if I can get that lower. Our PLL voltage is normally 1.8, 1.84. DRAM controller on 1.225. Our memory is 1.65. I probably don't need to be that high, considering I'm not overclocking that much. Everything else is just a slight bump. There is load line on here, so I have it enabled. Amplitude at 800 millivolts. CPU clock skew at 400. Spread spectrum disabled, both on the CPU and PCI Express. I do want to go into my RAM timings while I'm here, and I'll just change a few things in here. I know I can run these settings, so I'm just going to put them back. Go back in here. I didn't change much anywhere else, maybe in the CPU configuration a bit here. Yeah, disabled C1E support, Intel virtualization, because I'm not using a virtual OS or anything. Everything else was the same. At the default settings. So we'll go back. We'll save this, head back into Windows, and I'll move you a little closer because we'll look at the other monitor. It should boot, even with the changed memory timings.
Altered.
I should say. There we go. We have a beep. So I'll put you back up here. And we are going to boot into Windows. We're booting into Windows right now. So for an old architecture, it's pretty quick boot into Windows. Of course, the SSD is pretty helpful there. Okay, let's bring some stuff up on the screen here. Hardware info. Just running the sensors. I also got core temp on my screen. Now I guess let's do a Cinebench run. Not R15 though, let's try. So there's our 4.2. And our timings that we changed, 99924. Just run a multi-core. Core temp at 60. There's all our cores at 4.2. So we've got our cores up here, and then we have them down here. It's pretty much all staying at 4.2 in Cinebench. So unless it's an ADA thing, I'm not sure. But they're not moving now. Not like they were earlier. Just let that finish. Actually, I'll open ADA 64 and show you what was happening in here with the cores in ADA when I was running the stress test. There's our bus clock at 200. Just let that finish. Hurry up. I had a 5950X that I built for a customer, and they would finish this Cinebench in like 8 or 9 seconds. It was absolutely amazing. And of course, that was 16 cores, 32 threads on a new architecture, so relatively fast. So we got temperatures of 72, 74. Core temperatures is 70, yeah. High of 74. Still a long way from TJ Maxx, so we're almost done here. So 6 cores, 12 threads on the 970, although This is getting a Xeon 5675 more than likely. So 5092, pretty good score. We're above the i7, just below the, just behind the 7700K. Well, quite a bit behind the 7700K. But still, a good score for an old architecture. And for $450 in a tempered glass case, yeah, that's a good deal. With a 980 Ti. So let's just open Ada here. And I'll show you my anomaly, or what I consider to be an anomaly. It must be. Can't be anything else. See if I can straighten the screen a bit. There we go. And I'll just run the, whoops, run the system stability test. Start this. Bring my cores back up. Get rid of you. So, everything at 4200, there you go. 6500. 54. 5000. 64. 61. Whoops. 4220. 42. 58. I'll just leave it on this one. This is core 3. Every once in a while, for a second, it'll jump 6.1 gigahertz. Like, I don't understand that. It's not doing that in Cinebench. Only in this under 100. This is 100% CPU load. But it'll jump from core to core. Temperatures are no different. As you can see, 69. It's just jumping from core to core. So I don't know. I've never seen that. Maybe I haven't noticed on other CPUs before. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that does that. So it's a little bit more involved. There's a little bit more to adjust in the BIOS. On the older architectures, where you have to do, Intel, you have to do it from the front side bus, because they weren't K chips. It was an i7-970. Oh, and we just crashed. Damn. So we'll have to change some settings, or raise the voltage, one of the two. So that's under load, which you're never going to run into in a game. Not 100% anyway. But still, can't leave it like that. So we'll drop it another 100 megahertz. And I'm not moving you can just look at a black screen. So we're going to go down to 4 gigahertz. Actually, let's go down to around 4.1. Trying to figure it out here, what I want to do. That's 4. Let's try 4.25. Let's see what we get out of that. See if we get a post. So it's training RAM because I didn't adjust the RAM. Just left it as it was. It's trying to post. So we'll see what we get. And it may not. See what it's stuck on here, probably DRAM or RAM. Looks like it. We'll just shut it down and we'll restart it. It's pretty good bias, so it should recover without me having to clear the CMOS. So we'll post again here, or try to. There we go. Now I would put you down here, but all right. What are we at? Just gonna change the timings again and see if that helps the situation. So I'm going from 999.24. Sorry that you can't see the screen. To 11.11.11.28 on the timings. I'm going to keep it at 1N timing mode. I'm not going to switch that. And I'm going to stay at 212 and stay at 1699. Leave the voltage. I'm going to lower the U clock from 3400 to 3188. And that's the only changes I'm going to make. And let's see if we post. Restarting. And it is going to post. So we're running DDR3 1700 megahertz now. And it'll come up on your screen. And there we are. I'll just turn you a little bit here. There we go. So let's do the same thing here. Oh, where's my mouse? There it is. Open the usual suspects. That comes up on my screen. So I use hardware info just so I can look at my temperatures. So we are at 42.6. I'm going to make this a little bigger here so we can see it. Whoops. There we go. Give me a little bit of space. It's hard when you're using a big mouse. All right, let's open Ada again. Let's just clear our air here. Dismiss. Thank you. See how far we can get in this test. Who knows what I'll end up in megahertz here. Stable anyway. Let's see what we get down in the bottom. Same thing. 6.2. So I don't know. Because you have your core frequency up here, or what your core clocks are running at, and then you've got them down here. It's not the QPI because that's all by itself right here. And the 38. So I have no idea why why these would boost so high, like 6.1 gigahertz. It's just strange. Core temp 62. So I got a TDP of 100, I think it was 101 on this. Or TJ max. So we're 38 degrees away from TJ max. And I'll just, yeah, I'll let this run for a bit and see where I end up. But everything is done through the front side bus, and then as I adjust the front side bus, I have to adjust the memory clock so that the memory isn't around the same. Right now we're running a small overclock on the memory, not very much at all. And we've got decent memory in here, and we have Corsair Vengeance. Yeah, and then we'll see what we get. I'll just before I leave you, I'll just show you the what we're working with here. And there's that thermal tacky cooler, thermal tacky, I don't know. There's what it is. And that's the 980 Ti. And it's triple channel memory, so there is 6 slots. Whoa! Let's take you over this way. So I'm using 3 of them. You can't see that one stick. I have one different stick in there. But there's the 6 memory slots. Great motherboard. Heat sinks on the motherboard, heat pipes. And it is SATA 3. Well, I have 2 SATA 3 ports, and the rest are SATA 2 on the motherboard. But like I say, for $450, it's going to be a pretty nice rig. And it's going in that case right over there at the end. Yeah, water heater. Anyway, I'm Jim from Tech Lovin', and have a great day. If you want to comment on anything, you leave a comment in the comments section. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.